Article 47. The state shall work in raising the level of nutrition and standard of living of its people, and also to improve the public health. And Article 48, again, it's about the organization of agriculture and animal husbandry on the basis of scientific lines and steps in preserving and improving the breeds, prohibiting the slaughter of cows, calves, and other milch and draught cattle. The next comes is liberal intellectual principle. The liberalism ideology stands for the freedom and autonomy of an individual. These principles are included keeping in mind the ideology of liberalism. And the articles are Article 44, that is to secure for all citizens a uniform civil code throughout the country across all religions and every section of the society. All the religions has to be treated equally by providing them the uniform civil code. Article 45 is to provide elementary education until the age of 14 years, which has now become a fundamental right under Article 21A. Article 48, organization of agriculture, and again it's about the protection of animals, which I've already discussed previously. Then Article 48A, it is the duty of the state to protect and conserve the environment and forest and wildlife of the country. Article 49, it is the obligation of the state to protect every monument and place or object of artistic or historic interest declared under law as a monument of national importance. Article 50, to separate the judiciary from the executive in the public services of the state. Article 51, to promote international peace and security and maintain just and honorable relationship between the nation. So these are the directive principles of our Indian Constitution. Now, importance of directive principles of the state policy. The Constitution itself under Article 37 declares that these are fundamental in governance of the country. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar embarked that directive principles have great value because they lay down the goals of Indian polity as economic democracy as distinguished from political democracy. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had pointed out that the directives have great value because they lay down that the goal of Indian polity is economic democracy, and again as distinguished from political democracy. So these are the points which need to be highlighted. Then these are very important because they are useful in following policies of government in matter of foreign and domestic matter. They are the torchbearer for both legislators and judges. As for the legislatures, they provide guidelines for the forming of the law, and judges they to make a decision. And they are the soul of constitution because they represent the ideology behind the constituent assembly for forming the constitution. They fill the gap between fundamental rights and social economic rights of the citizens. They provide the way for legislatures to fill the gap. Then these are supplementary to the fundamental rights and are the target of the legislature to achieve. They also can be helpful in testing the performance of the government and can be seen as how far the government has worked in directive principles of state policy. They help the government in forming their electoral manifesto and to reflect upon their ideology in comparison with directive principles.